Hey guys, so I started thinking about something today, and I kind of want to put it out there for people to think about because I think it's a pretty intense subject that a lot of people don't consider, and it's actually about the power of money. So when you think of money, especially being Christian, a lot of times people see money as the root of all evil, and the reality is that that's an unreal concept simply based on the fact that everything in this world is controlled by the manipulation or what is done by people. So, for example, a gun is not dangerous until it's in the hands of the wrong person. Money is not dangerous until it is in the hands of the wrong person. Property is not, you know, misused unless it's in the hands of the wrong person. So a lot of times we give power to these tangible items simply based on the fact of what has happened in the hands of wrong people. So a lot of times you will see many of us in this online business world talk about money. Why? Because more oftentimes than not, people are trying to find their way out, and money is the resource in which people are able to do things, translate goods. Money is how you are able to buy a home and buy medicine and buy vehicles and buy food and all of these different things. So people give money more power than necessary because it's very often forgotten that you, the individual, are the person that is able to control the things that come into your hands. So let's talk about maybe the finances that you have in your current life, in your situation. Maybe you only make $7 or $8 an hour. Is it absolutely impossible for you to look at starting some type of asset slash investment? Um, Probably not. Because I can almost guarantee you that somewhere along the way in your cycles of bills and additional things that you have to have, um, you are able to spend some money on other things that probably aren't necessary, that you don't need, i.e., maybe some brand new shoes, or a brand new purse, or a brand new hat, or or a variation of different things that you can think of. So when you have a business that simply requires you to spend maybe $50 to start, and you find every excuse on the face of the planet, it is not because you don't have it. It's simply because you don't find enough value in it, because it doesn't provide you an immediate, tangible thing. It's the instant gratification syndrome that people have. You feel like I have to have it in my hands for it to make sense for me. Not I need to invest into something for me to have a lot of things later on. Um, and that's a huge problem in our world and our society today, which is the reason why so many people are comfortable with being employees. But back to this whole money thing. So we give so much power to money when in reality, let's really sit down and think about what it is. Even back in the times of let's go back to biblical times, before paper money was even something of true value. Things were traded in coins or goods. You had rice, you had cows, you had property, things that you could trade to get the things that you need. Now let's think about this for a second. If money did not exist at all, and you had to work in the current capacity in which you're working in, would you continue doing what you're doing right now? Think about it for a second. If the job that you're working right now only translated to your basic everyday needs, would you be doing what you're doing right now? I can probably guarantee that 8 out of 10 people would probably say no, because money is a tangible item. It makes people feel good. I've earned a paycheck for being at a job that I hate all week long. So it makes sense because now I can do something with this. It gives me, it solidifies who I am. It solidifies the fact that I've been working so very hard. So without giving money so much power, And if you start thinking of it in the essence of it simply being a piece of paper or another resource for you to live and survive, you will begin to realize that money comes to you much easier, because it's not something that you are in desperation for. It's simply another means to attain something else. So instead of thinking of it, instead of concerning yourself in the capacity of I have to hold on to this money because I don't know when it's going to come again. I have to do this because I'm not sure what is going to happen in regards to everyday circumstances, or I have to buy this because it makes me feel better about myself. You know, it all takes a mindset change, and a lot of people are going to watch this and they're not going to get it, and it's not meant for everyone. You really have to set yourself aside and figure out, what does it really mean to stop giving money control, because we've all been giving money so much control all of our life. We probably don't really know how not to do that. And when you start thinking of money as a resource as simple as food, because let's really think about it, what's more important, money or food? Well, if you don't eat, you don't survive. And if you don't survive, you can't spend the money. So what would you need more? If it was a necessary resource, it would be food, not the paper money for anything. You see what I'm saying? It's something as simple as that people don't think about on an everyday basis. If money no longer bought you food, would it be as effective as a resource? Probably not. So think about that. As you go on in your day this week and you begin to sit down and analyze where you are in your life right now, because doing the same thing, expecting a different result, that is the absolute definition of insanity. But yet so many people do it on a continuous basis. So just a little nugget to consider.